What was the best hurling game in 1991? Who was the best player in the championship this season? You can decide for yourself over the next 2 hours as you watch with us the best of the action from this enthralling year. We start with the National League final, which was staged on May 12th in Croke Park, with two Leinster counties facing each other, Wexford and Offaly. And for the faithful county, this was their third ever league final, never having won the title.
Kelly winning the duel there against George O'Connor, advancing by 10 metres, good solo run, looking for the last shot now, half stopped by Sean Flood. Good call by Ted Morris, the goalkeeper, who came and gathered towards Dermot Prendergast's wing, over there with Hubert Rigney. Liam Dunn again, he's having a marvellous match. Sean Wickham bidding to keep that ball in play, did so successfully. Now Michael Dignan exerting more and more of an influence on the contest around the centre of the field. That's Johnny Pilkington, met inside there, it's a brilliant goal! Daithí Regan got the final touch after Pilkington delivered the pass inside. A lovely piece of wrist action, and Offaly get the opening goal of the match. Well, that's the kind of goal that Jimmy Barry Murphy was scoring not too long ago. I remember one particular match, an All-Ireland semi-final, something similar happened. Martin Storey on his left-hand side, a cross intended for Dermot Prendergast, instead it reaches Roy Mannion again. Tapping it neatly outside. Johnny Pilkington brilliantly blocked down by Billy Byrne. Runs on to Eamon Sinnott, trying to link up and successfully links up with Jimmy Houlihan, outside towards Martin Storey. It's just tailing in. A nice point. A measured build-up. For a moment there I thought they were going to take a little bit too long with the build-up, but in the end Storey pointed brilliantly.
That was an excellent pointer, and it's one that Wexford needed badly to keep in touch. I think they've gone out of the game in the middle of the field, and they're going to try. Jimmy Houlihan is moving further out the field and try and get more of the play.
And there's Storey then with that neat point, good distance out, and indeed you'll have noted there in that replay that Houlihan had picked up an injury. Danny, one of the great campaigners, denied space over there, but recovers well. There who picked up two All-Ireland medals in 81 and 85. It runs on neatly to Michael Dignan, and it's over the bar. That's the second point of the match for the St. Rynagh's player. Sean Wickham picking it up here. Hooped. Doesn't get another chance. Roy Mannion really sticking to his task. Leach. Across it goes to Martin Storey. And Jim Troy is happy and content to see that one go off his stick and up and over the crossbar. Martin Storey takes the credit, his second point of the game. Niall MacDonald. Sean Flood having some work to do to get onto that one. In the end, it falls favourably for Johnny Pilkington. Danny Owens with a lovely pick-up, about 30 metres out, hooped splendidly. Over there by Billy Byrne, recovers, looking for a bit of support, finding it from Michael Dignan, and that's the first point for Offaly in the second half. Dignan with his third score of the game. Billy Byrne trying to gather, runs on to Dermot Prendergast. Trying to go by the challenge of Hubert Rigney, just slotted a little bit of freedom in there. Hand passed inside, George O'Connor maintained the hand passing movement outside to Martin Storey. Now can he complete the movement? It's gone over the bar. There were about 3 hand passes right across the face of the goal before it eventually reached Martin Storey, and he got the third point.
It's a traditional Wexford score, a lot of hand passes, as you said, Joe, wrote to Martin Storey, and he's been quite impressive when he's got chances, and again took an excellent score there.
So each side then having made one change in the forward lines from their starting formations. That's Brian Whelan, half blocked down by Tom Dempsey. Martin Storey, and he got 3 points of the match so far. Ball was touched on the ground. And Willie Horgan nipping in quickly. And in fact, he's going to throw the ball in. A disappointed Mark Corrigan looks on. And while all that's happening, it's gone over the bar, and it's John Conran who's put it over the bar. The sub who came on has got his first point. George O'Connor again trying to pick this ball up. Johnny Dooley working feverishly hard in the centre. Joachim Kelly likewise trying to go by Sean Flood. Tapped forward by Brian Whelan, seemed to have picked up an injury as he was playing that ball forward initially. And the man lying down needing attention is Joachim Kelly. We mentioned clean catches just a moment ago. Our statistics show that Wexford lead in the clean catching department by 13-4. That's in all sectors of the field. So free then, which Johnny Dooley is preparing to take. Stopped by Ted Morrissey. It's gone in. The second goal for Dáithí Regan. He scored the first after 20 minutes. This latest one has come 18 minutes into the second half.
So it was Offaly's first National Hurling League win to add to their many successes of the 80s. But they say it's in the Championship that the real questions are asked and some real answers were given. We start our review of the Championship year in Limerick on May 19th when Clare took on the men in green and white in the first round of the Munster Championship.
Cyril Lyons needing a bit of support. Still Lyons being closed down repeatedly, and it's finally Park Carey gets away only as far as the other midfielder for Clare, James Shanahan, shoveled outside to Tommy Guilfoyle from a tricky angle. Tommy restores Clare's advantage. That's 3 points now for Tommy Guilfoyle in this match. Point set up by the two midfielders. And it goes, and pursuing it in there was Pat Heffernan. Good clearance under pressure by John Russell. Only out as far as Gary Kirby. Snappy little shot by Gary Kirby over the crossbar. 5 points his contribution. Limerick in front. Declan Nash towards Terence Kenny. Well, an exaggerated leap, and in the end he failed to hold on to it, but there's a gap. Gary Kirby's there, and he's drilled it over the crossbar, and it's Limerick now with a 2-point lead. Kirby's got the last couple of scores.
He's very, very accurate there, not giving half a chance anywhere inside a goal. He doesn't miss too many chances. A lot of the Clare half-back are clearing the ball, but they're leaving the half-forwards very, very loose. The result that Limerick have now stretched into a 3-point lead, and playing with a strong breeze behind them, they're looking good.
Half cut out, followed up by Mike Galligan. Well, this is a critical time in the match for Clare, likewise for Limerick, because they've begun to assert themselves, and they've really dominated the exchanges now in the last 10 minutes. Galligan with his 5th point of the game. Kieran Carey to take that one well out of the danger area. The pass up towards Pat Heffernan against Anthony Daly. The cross brilliantly taken by Galligan. Oh, that's a hard-won point. This is much more like it now from Limerick. A pale shadow of their real selves in the first half. Credit that to Clare. Kieran Carey racing forward, looking for his first point of the second half. Hooped splendidly by John Chaplin. Recovers, however. He's got support from Gary Kirby. Well, that's a star-studded performance by Gary Kirby in the second half. He's contributed 9 points in all. Mike Guilfoyle running through the centre to Daffy. Hitting it low, and Tommy Quaid's beaten it to goal! A goal by Daffy! It's come with 8.5 minutes to go. Oh, what a late finish we're going to have now to this one.
It's a very good goal by Michael Daffy. Just gathers it here onto his right hand. It's a low, hard shot, always difficult for the goalkeeper with the hard ground. I think Joe O'Connor puts the Tommy Quaid off there, and it bounces into the net, and it's going to be a very close finish now, I think.
Clare with perhaps another chance. Cut out on this occasion by Mike Rail, who's had a storming game in the middle of the field. Where he goes.
Clare player was unlucky there. He just fell over more than anything else, but he definitely impeded him, and it's probably a bit harsh for Limerick. Is vital free for Limerick at this stage. They're just hanging on, and it's anybody's game, but if they can get this one, just the breathing space they need.
A minute remaining. Gary Kirby, who's contributed 9 points in all in this match. Wind supported. Lovely accuracy. That's point number 10 for Gary Kirby. He really has been the star of the show from the Limerick's point of view. Michael Foyle blocked down brilliantly by Ger Hegarty. He's given them a steely resolve in midfield since coming in. That was a master substitution.
I know Val Donovan is now playing out on the middle of the field here, and I thought maybe this was something Clare could have tried. He was getting very little of the ball into him, and he's a player they were looking to get a lot of scores, but the ball simply didn't come to him, and I thought they might have brought him out a bit earlier.
Duffy, the goal scorer, across the face of the goal once again. Drops down here. Hit in, and Tommy Quaid sees that one go over from Cyril Lyons. A point. They were looking for the goal.
While Waterford were beating Kerry by 6 points elsewhere in Munster to earn a semi-final meeting with Cork, Limerick had now qualified to face Tipperary on the other side of the draw. For the moment though, we turn to Leinster and the first round tie between the beaten league finalists Wexford and the underdogs Laois. Nolan Park, Kilkenny was the venue on May 26th.
In towards PJ Cuddy, it runs on however towards John Fitzpatrick with such a good game against Wexford last year. Ted Morrissey. Martin Storey losing the helmet that time, and the foul by George O'Connor on Niall Rigney. That's going to be some battle in the middle of the field. Two big strong men.
Yes indeed, and in league final George O'Connor played with an injury, I think, in fairness, and he wasn't seen at his best, but it should be a good clash there today. Two very big strong men and both very important players for their teams.
Rigney the free taker. Still no score on the boards. In towards PJ Cuddy. Seems to be held by Jerkosh. The ball has trickled on and it's gone in. An amazing goal. That is an amazing score. Only 2 minutes gone and Laois have gone in front.
It's an extraordinary goal. As the ball lands in the square, it's a high dropping free right in top of the square, and PJ Cuddy certainly seemed to be held by the full back Jerkosh, and as luck would have it, it bounced in towards Ted Morrissey. You see, just being held there by the full back, I think. Ted Morrissey advanced to meet it, ran off his hurley and just rolled over the line, and the umpire was on the spot, quick as a flash to give a goal.
Mickey Sullivan challenging against George O'Connor. Georgie making the interception. Andy Dunn has missed it. It's run on to John O'Connor. Normally we'd expect to see him at half-back. To Eamon Sinnott. Oh, good vision by Sinnott, spotting that Martin Storey was on mark, and they're transferring it into a score now. Not on this occasion. That's Cyril Duggan making the intervention. Storey again, he's starting so impressively. Great athleticism, good drive and dash. On to Jimmy Houlihan. And it's a goal! The 0-1-2 of Storey and Houlihan, rewarded with a fine goal after 8 minutes.
That's a tremendous goal by Wexford. 4 clearance gathered by Martin Storey, who had it in the ball ready, came back out to him, just gathers it here under pressure, and actually in fact I think he mishits the ball, to be truthful about it. Running, racing through here, just hits it off his left hand. Jimmy Houlihan gathers a great ball left, and a great shot to the roof of the net. It's a tremendous goal by Jimmy Houlihan.
Niall Rigney hitting that one. John Flanagan clashing with Mickey Sullivan. Again it's George O'Connor. Cross to Dermot Prendergast's wing. A high one from way out the field, and he's dropped it over the bar. First score for the number 12 of Wexford, increasing their lead. So it's 1-4 now for Wexford, 1-1 for Laois. This game has come, I think, at the exact time for them, just 2 weeks after that league final reversal. As Niall Rigney hammers in another one, but yes, it's gone over the bar. There can't have been too much in it. Rigney again, leading it there on this occasion for Joe Dollar to hit one in for PJ Cuddy, and Jerkosh reeling backwards. A marvellous catch, left-handed, great distribution as well out towards Dermot Prendergast. Held it well. Well, the clean catch, as we mentioned at the start of the second half, was a result of the stats we picked up from the first. I think remaining consistent. Wexford having an edge there. That's a poor ball by Cyril Duggan to Dermot Prendergast. Ricky Cashin has dropped it down. It's a goal by Eamon Sinnott. That could well be a critical score in this match. Clint Lawler is held by Liam Dunn. Free up coming to Laois. That tussle there between PJ and Jerkosh certainly resulted in a Wexford victory.
Jerkosh has certainly played very impressively today. His overall defending has been excellent, and his general play as well. He's read the game well and covered off the edge of the square very well today.
Oh, Bergen slightly missed it. It's a goal! PJ Cuddy. Cuddy and John Bates were there.
Well, he certainly tried to hit it as low and as hard as he could, but if anything, there seem to be too many Wexford defenders in the way here on the line of the goalkeeper, and it just knocks off the defender over the goalkeeper's head.
An excellent view of the Laois goal, but it was Wexford who went through to the Leinster semi-final to meet Kilkenny. In the meantime, Cork were to defend their Munster and All-Ireland crowns at Thurles against a Waterford team trying to set aside much publicised problems within the county board over the appointment of the team coach. In the event, the Waterford players gave a good account of themselves at Semple Stadium, Thurles on June 2nd. That was proven by the fact that Cork scored only one of their 5 points in play in the first 35 minutes, and they were fortunate to equalise coming to the end of the half. However, for the second half, a reorganised and more determined Cork side took the field, and within 2 minutes Kevin Hennessy struck a blow that left Waterford stunned. Joe McGrath's men did their best to keep pace with Cork, and indeed they continue to entertain. But with 7 minutes to go in the match, the Waterford defence crumbled and John Fitzgibbon found the net for Cork. The final score at Thurles, Cork 2-10, Waterford 13 points, and so Cork again were into the Munster final. But who will their opponents be, Limerick or Tipperary? And that Munster semi-final was staged at Semple Stadium the following Sunday, June 9th. A tough, uncompromising affair. We join it as the Shannonsiders lead Tip by 5 points to 2. Marty Morrissey is the commentator with Jimmy Barry Murphy.
Sending it in, Mike Rail pulling on it, Ger Higgerty trying to gather it up. And once again one of these melees developing. This time thankfully no wild pulling. But they still try and pick it up. I know a lot of coaches in hurling who would say pull it at first time, Pat Fox in space. And this time there's absolutely no mistake. Pat Fox's first point of the Munster semi-final. Cleary with Houlihan. Back to John Madden. Oh, a rather harsh pull by Anthony Carmody. And once again, tempers are frayed very easily. And really now John Moore, the referee, is going to have to do something about this. It was a wild pull by Anthony Carmody that started all this. And Anthony Carmody has gotten his P45. He's gone.
Well, we've had a couple of incidents in this game, Marty, and Anthony Carmody on that occasion comes in late and a wild pull across Michael Cleary. There's absolutely no sense to that. They've had their warnings already in the game and players must be penalised for those offences, and the referee has had no option whatsoever but to put him off the field.
So it's 14 Limerick men against 15 Tipperary men, a repeat of last year. And remember, Tipperary had the second half to play with the wind. Cormac Bonner getting it into Pat Fox. The first real opportunity for Tipperary, and he takes his point. And I think even Foxy will admit that that should have been the back of the Limerick net. Brian Fenn. The sideline cutting by all players, exceptionally good here this afternoon. Cutting in nicely is Joe Hayes again, hoping for a better delivery. Joe O'Connor and Pat Fox comes to Cormac Bonner, causing Pat Carey a few problems. Cormac Bonner bearing down, he must! Oh, what a goal! A man from Cashel King Corlex got inside Pat Carey, and it was a beautifully taken goal.
Well, we can't do any better than this. Pat Fox lets the ball run over his head here from the cave, we see it. And Cormac Bonner runs onto it again in front of Pat Carey. He's getting a lot of possession off him, races inside him, and they're always in danger of being hooked in the situation, and Cormac Bonner does exactly the right thing, kicks it ahead of him. They can't be stopped from that distance.
Oh, Sheehy doing well, but Kirby, that's a superb effort. A great point for Limerick, and they're back in the hunt once again. Ball sent down towards Nicky English. Has a little bit of space, and you could know when Nicky looks at the post that there's only one thing on his mind, and he usually achieves it. Good score. And Limerick battling away. This is Joe Hayes again. Michael Cleary nipping in, and a lovely pull. He switches play right across the field over towards Pat Fox, and despite the best efforts of Joe O'Connor, he puts it over the bar. Pat Fox from Anna Carty back in full flight. Pat Heffernan, is he the man to do it? Well blocked down, it comes to John Madden. And a good clearance down towards Hegarty. This is Paul Farrell. And Bobby Ryan coming out to meet his first card. Good anticipation by the Tipperary centre half back. Over to Joe Hayes. A long ball up towards Cormac Bonner. It's spaced inside. A race between Tommy Quaid and Nicky English. Lovely skill by English. Oh, what a goal! A piece of sheer utter magic from Nicky English.
That's a marvellous goal. Brilliant play here by Nicky English, and this is a goal we go a long way to see. As good a goal as I've seen in a long time. Knocks it wide of Tommy Quaid, and under pressure from Brian Finn, it's a very difficult angle, shortens the hurley and flicks it into the goal. Brilliant goal, and you can't beat that kind of play.
The final score was Tipperary 218, Limerick 10 points. We were now presented with another Cork-Tipperary Munster final. But before that, attention was again diverted to Leinster and the semi-finals in that province. The first was a clash between the National League winners Offaly and unrated Dublin. However, as we join the action, it's Dublin who are leading.
Dooley able to pick it up. This is corner forward Billy Dooley. And that's a good point by Billy Dooley. It's exactly what Offaly needed, really, just to keep in close contact with Dublin. He tries puck out straight down the middle. John Toomey gathered it. It was known as a hospital pass, but he survived it. Shea Fleming sending it in towards Tony Costello. Dangerous ball. Jim Troy can't hold on to it. Ryan McMahon on it like a tiger and sending it straight over the bar. Ryan McMahon getting his first break, really, and his very first score. Offaly forwards trying to create a bit of room. Now it is Billy Dooley telling his brother Johnny to leave it, and the brothers combined beautifully. Johnny Dooley scoring yet another super point for the Offaly then, and over the bar.
There's a very good ball across the field there again by Joe Dooley, and it ended up with Billy Dooley, who takes an excellent point with his left hand. But a good play by Joe Dooley, who was under pressure himself in the corner, and it's something I often say to young players: try and always look for forward who's available. If you're under pressure, pull the ball back out the field and try and bring the other forwards into play.
Corner forward coming way out the field. Lovely skill by McDermott. Good play by Johnny Pilkington into Sean Kearns. The O'Toole's man from the county champions puts it over the bar. Sean Kearns puts Dublin back in front. Well pulled on. Goes down towards Murty Ryan. And this is Ryan Mannion. Could well be the inspiration and the difference between defeat and victory. Oh, Damien Byrne brought off a brilliant save from Joe Dooley, but it's all in vain because it's a free from where the ball landed. Johnny Dooley with this free to level the match. The break has come, and it's come for the league champions. It came out of absolutely nothing. Possibly a lack of concentration by the Dublin defence, thinking that Johnny Dooley was going to put it over the bar. Instead he put it into the net. Colin McGillon sending it down towards Tony Costello. And interested Jimmy Barry Murphy, your prediction is right. Brian McMahon has gone in full forward. Martin Hanamy now at full back, giving it out to Michael Dignan. And look at that for harassment by Dublin. Comes to Joey Morris. MJ Ryan is to his right, but Joey goes solo, and it's a wonderful solo effort by Joey Morris. He's certainly causing problems for Offaly. He scored 2 points, but he's contributed a lot more than that. Tony Costello unable to get a hurley to it. This time trying to pick it up. Costello getting it inside. MJ Ryan telling Murphy to leave it. I'll put it over the bar, says MJ, and that's exactly what he's after doing. And Dublin are gone back in front. 2 very valuable points by MJ Ryan, and that's determination. Here come Offaly again, the far side. Johnny Pilkington on his way through. Great run by Pilkington, and eventually it's Colin McGillon that stops him. Comes out to his brother Declan. Donny Regan has the opportunity. The sides deadlocked once again. And what will the Leinster Council do if this is a draw? This is Brian Kelleher doing well and getting it outside. Oh, good play by Sean Kearns. Lovely play by MJ Ryan from Murty Ryan. A point is crucial. And he's back. Murty Ryan from Danny Carney has put Dublin back in front. Damien Byrne Taylor comes to John Toomey. John Murphy giving it outside. Seamus Morgan. He may not be a hero in Shinrone tonight, but he'll certainly be a hero in Dublin. This is Joachim Kelly trying to get it in, but there's no one there except John Toomey. And the siege is lifted once again. Ryan Mannion underneath it. Comes to Rory Boland. Outside to MJ Ryan. All they have to do now is hold on to it. MJ taking on Brian Wheelahan and Ryan Mannion. Martin Hannamy knocking it down for Ryan Mannion to send it back up. Nobody there except Sean Kearns. Sending it in. Gathered by Brian McMahon. Twisting, turning, getting it. Nobody outside the referee. He's given penalty. I think there's a penalty, or else he's blown the whistle. I don't know what he's after doing. I think there's a penalty. Here's MJ. Over the bar. Dublin must surely be in the Leinster final. 5 points for MJ. And 5 points are enough for MJ and Dublin. Dublin have beaten the league champions of 1991 and Offaly cannot believe it.
Dublin then the first to qualify for the Leinster final. The same afternoon in Croke Park there was the meeting of the old rivals Wexford and Kilkenny, with Wexford having the advantage of their good league run plus a championship win already against Laois. Ger Canning is the commentator.
George O'Connor outside towards Billy Byrne. Nothing very stylish or physical about the hurling so far in the match, which is just 9 minutes old. 2 points to 1, Wexford leading. Martin Storey. So often in the past he's proved himself a match winner as he goes by Tommy Fogarty's cover. And he's got his first this afternoon. The man from Ulaf Kavala has put 2 points between the teams. Houlihan takes it easily. Back towards George O'Connor. Held the hurley nice and short. Snapped it over the bar. George's first point, and this a golden spell for Wexford. Out to Fogarty. Lifting the siege for Kilkenny. Down towards John Power. Hurley's breaking. The break of the ball for Eamon Morrissey. The shot from a good 45 metres out. A good point by Morrissey. John O'Connor doing well, not showing any effect of a groin injury that he's carried into this game. Billy Byrne's shot is blocked down by Liam Simpson. 2 Kilkenny cornerbacks are related. Tom Dempsey firing it in despite the attention of Bill Hennessy. A nice point indeed. Dempsey's second. Dropping it in towards John O'Connor. It breaks down. Tommy Fogarty waiting, seeing that nobody was coming for it. Hit it out. As far as Billy Byrne, raiding on that left-hand side. Tapping it across, out by Pat Dwyer. Martin Storey took up a good position. On the left-hand side, firing it in. Sit it! It's a goal! Sinnott, the goal scorer, but the referee is going in for a quick consultation, and it looks to be a free out, and they're going to cross their flags. Phelan. The rain that's come down midway through this first half has certainly affected the conditions for the players, as DJ Carey, a potential match winner, sells a dummy on MacDonald. Oh, a good shot, and it's saved. The goal! A goal! Precisely what the game has required. John Power coming in, following that save by Ted Morrissey after DJ Carey made all the running. So a goal 2 minutes into injury time has now put a much changed complexion on this match. Pat Ryan. George O'Connor battling. Nicely taken by Billy Byrne. That's well directed. A lovely point. Wexford's 10th. Kilkenny 1-4. Patuar misses it completely. Billy Byrne having difficulty taking it up onto his stick. Quality of hurling from time to time is particularly poor, but it's a spirited game nonetheless, and there's not much between them as DJ races forward. Is he going for goal? Stopped by Ted Morrissey, I should say. Swept out of there by Paul Bridges, and the referee has raced in, and they fight inside. Angry exchanges here now between John Power and Liam Dunn, really shaping up to one another. Meanwhile, the referee went in to just intervene inside in the large rectangle.
Well, Brilliant play here by DJ Carey. Races inside Wexford defence and he looks odds on to score. I thought he was going to shoot here first, but he delays his shot, goes in further again, and he's just about to strike it here. The Wexford defence have got back quite well. He's hooked brilliantly by the defender there. Ball breaks loose and DJ Carey tries to knock across the line with his hurling from the ground here. But it's very hard to see whether it was a free in from that angle, and unless the free was given later. Here you have the defender trying to clear the ball, and Mick Dunn comes in. And it's saved on the line by Ger Cush and cleared out by Paul Bridges.
Carey it is who will take the penalty.
I think he'll have a go off it here, Ger. They need a boost to a goal badly, and Kilkenny, I'd be surprised if he doesn't have a go for a goal here.
There are just 3 points between them, but it's early stages in the second half, only 10 minutes gone. DJ, he's put it high and he's put it over the bar. He's content with his point, his third this afternoon. Henderson almost leaving it behind. In fact, he's left it behind to Tom Dempsey, and Sinnott was probing as well. Tom Dempsey, jersey pulled, challenged over there by Liam Simpson. In it comes, stopped, and that's Bill Hennessy dropping it out as far as Pat Ryan for Kilkenny again. Stopped in the centre of the field by Billy Byrne of Wexford. Wexford needing the scores badly, and Billy Byrne is supplying this one his second point of the match. Billy Byrne, and every present member of the Wexford team over the past 8 years, has given them a little bit more of a lead. Phelan cuts it in towards Liam McCarthy. An appropriate name for a hurler as they seek to bring back the Liam McCarthy Cup for the first time since 1983, and he's got his point. There's now just a margin of 2 between the teams as the substitute fires that one over convincingly. Tommy Fogarty going back, the left half back, looking for a piece of assistance, getting it from a very useful substitute, Eddie O'Connor. He's come in and he's played really well. Displayed great heart and commitment. Eamon Morrissey tried to come across and take that one away from Ger Cush, succeeded, and now there is just the minimum in it with 5 minutes to go. Well, Kilkenny surely will get renewed heart from their last couple of scores. Wexford haven't been able to put them away so far. A show is Fitzhenry! The substitute puts it over the bar, and Wexford have replied instantly. Up towards Liam McCarthy. Can they yet get the chance? And it's with DJ Carey racing through. Can he seal it for them? Still DJ Carey kicking. Oh, it's got a goal! It's got a goal, and Kilkenny are in front. DJ Carey. The Kilkenny bench, the Kilkenny fans dancing with joy. It's another Kilkenny goal, a second of the match, which has come a minute into injury time.
I'm sure it'll take Wexford followers a long time to forget how Kilkenny snatched that game from them on June 30th. So, it was Kilkenny and Dublin who are now into the Leinster final, scheduled for July 21st. Meantime, the Munster Hurling Championship was to be decided at Páirc Uí Chaoimh on July the 7th. There, Cork put their titles at stake against an anxious Tipperary side which still had a lot to prove, despite being champions in '89. Well, that day in Cork, in front of a packed house with a wonderful atmosphere, we were presented with a feast of goals, some brilliant indeed.
Casey, now Brendan O'Sullivan on his left-hand side. Good looking shot by O'Sullivan, well in there, Hennessy's inside, it's a goal! It's a goal by Kevin Hennessy. He's never scored in a Munster hurling final. He's a goal, he scored points, but never a goal. He's got one today.
Well, an excellent delivery by Brendan O'Sullivan, who has started well for Cork in the middle of the field. And this is a testing ball for the Tip full back line. And to be fair, this is the area that gave Tipperary so many problems in last year's Munster final, and they've got to sort this out today. It's a high dropping ball coming in from Kevin Hennessy, and an excellent flick by Kevin to the back of the net.
Meanwhile, Bobby Ryan whipping it out only as far as Tony O'Sullivan, trying to go around Declan Carr. Up towards Kevin Hennessy again. John Fitzgibbon now. By Paul Delaney, looking for support, getting it from Mark Foley. Closed out quickly, but he's found a gap inside. Fitzgibbon trying to go forward. It's still Fitzgibbon, and outside there's Ger Fitzgerald. There's another goal! The champions with 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes. An amazing start. Delighted Cork fans. Shocked Tipperary supporters, however.
Well, great play here again by John Fitzgibbon. Gets the ball back to Mark Foley under pressure. Foley juggles around with it a small bit. He's surrounded by Tipperary players. Elects the hand pass back inside to Fitzgibbon, who controls it well in the hurley again. Into his hand. Spots the loose man outside him, Ger Fitzgerald. And Ger stops an unstoppable shot at the right hand corner of the net. Fantastic goal by Cork again.
Tony O'Sullivan Smartly driven in towards Kevin Hennessy against Conor O'Donovan. Again, Tip looking at 6s and 7s, and Ken Hogan having to come out. Tomas Mulcahy trying to go the Mo Dirac towards goal. Inside nicely, and it's another one for Joe Fitzgerald. A second goal for the Middleton man. Well, Tip, as you're saying, Jimmy, in real trouble in their full back line.
Yeah, Tipperary are under pressure. Every time the ball comes in, as I said earlier, Cork look like any goal, and it's unbelievable. Tomas Mulcahy is working tremendously hard at right half forward. Wins a good ball here, rounds his man fairly easily, and has time to pick out Ger Fitzgerald, who's standing on his own inside there. And that's very poor defending by Tipperary, really. Ken Hogan is isolated, and Ger Fitzgerald has no trouble banging that to the back of the net.
Joe Hayes runs on to an unmarked John Lahey, getting away from his man just for a moment. The support from Declan Ryan if he needs it. It's still Lahey. What a great run forward. Nicky English. Oh, they need a score badly, and Lahey might provide it. He's got the goal. John Lahey with a goal after 20 minutes. That's changed the picture. An injection of confidence now for Tipperary.
Great goal by Lahey here, Ger. Tip need a score badly, whether a point or a goal, and he races inside John Considine. Takes on John Cashman here again. Hand passes to Nick English, who looks as if he might have a chance for goal himself. But Cork are crowding him, ball breaks loose, and in fairness to Lahey, he kept going, gathered the ball well and stuck into the far corner of the net from a difficult angle. Good goal by John Lahey.
Michael Ryan, the substitute. Mark Foley has yet to score in this match, not making the impression that he made last year. Cleary going forward. Rounding Cashman, who slips. Still Cleary, a great scoring chance this for Tipperary, and Cleary has put it over the bar, and now there's just 2 points between the teams. Bernard Bonner trying to take it out of the defensive area. Ger Fitzgerald fighting hard, very near the sideline, firing it across towards John Fitzgibbon wing over there with Paul Delaney. That's come back down there to Pat Buckley, the substitute has just come in a few minutes ago. Hand passing it back, looking for a man coming forward. That is Fitzgibbon. They're working hard for a score. It comes eventually off Michael Ryan from Mark Foley, and somehow Buckley denied another 65.
Certainly, Jared, the problems from Tipperary's point of view is that Cork seem to be able to create more openings in front of goal and take their chances easier than Tipperary. They're finding scores very hard to come by.
Dropped in invitingly. Noel Sheehy getting the hurley to that one. Battling away. John Fitzgibbon firing it into goal! A goal for John Fitzgibbon. 2 goals in last year's final. A goal and 2 so far for the Glen Rovers star. Conal Bonner beaten for it by Ger Fitzgerald, runs on to John Fitzgibbon. Or Pat Buckley, I should say. Buckley. And he's made a fine contribution by putting it over the bar. His first point since his introduction. Playing across on the same wing over there as John Fitzgibbon. Declan Carr going across there, misses it completely. Pat Buckley doesn't. In towards the centre. Ger Fitzgerald trying to hold on to it. Conal Bonner trying to put it away. Tomas Mulcahy raiding, and finally in the end it's Michael Ryan, the substitute. Up towards Cormac Bonner. It runs on for Fox, and there's a goal chance here for Tipperary. A crucial one at that. 10 minutes to go, and Pat Fox has worked the oracle, as he's done so often in the past.
Well, great defending by Michael Ryan. He won the ball independent and cleared a tremendous clearance up the field. Cormac Bonner goes to Richard Drumm, but the first player to spot it is Pat Fox. Tremendous corner forward play here. Races inside the defence. Advances on Ger Cunningham and doesn't make any mistake from that. Tremendous shot and gave Cunningham no chance from that distance.
Out as far as Tony O'Sullivan. So who's going to win it? If there's to be a winner today, Kevin Hennessy. Striking it from his right hand side, and he's put it over the bar. A goal and 2 points for Hennessy. But now it's a chance for Tipperary to apply some pressure on the Cork defence, and it's Nicky English going forward. He's lost the hurley, kicking it, and he has put it wide. Nicky English going in there to appeal, having lost the hurley, Jimmy.
Nicky scored a goal in this situation before. His boots are high. It's difficult to say, but it might have gone over the bar from here.
Only 5 seconds of normal time remaining on my watch, as we watch Noel Sheehy go way up the field from his full-back position. Outside here to John Lahey. Can they draw on level terms? Will they even win it? Lahey stopped, however, by Considine. It runs loose, and there are players advancing on Ger Cunningham's goal. One of them is Lahey. Cunningham coming out. Still a pile-up in front there, as we watch Pat Fox try to take possession. And he He's put it over the bar, and it's no more than they deserve.
That's an unbelievable score. Looking at Noel Sheehy, I think he might have thought of Kevin Foley yesterday coming up the field and having a go himself, but he just released the ball at the right time, and Fox and Broken Play took a fantastic point under pressure.
Bob Keating wanting to make some late changes. Who'd be a manager, and it's going to go to a replay.
So they had to meet again 2 weeks later, this time in Thurles. Again, it was Munster hurling at its very best, and we had another bout of great goals.
Mark Foley met it. Conal Bonner. Kevin Hennessy trying to edge that one forward to Tomas Mulcahy. Bobby Ryan getting in his way. It's on towards Mark Foley again. John Fitzgibbon hitting it. And it's taken in. A goal the last day, and a goal again now.
Well, it's a scrappy kind of a goal, but John Fitzgibbon just turns onto his right hand. Doesn't hit it that cleanly, but I think Ken Hogan should have cleared it, and it just dribbles inside the near post.
Brendan O'Sullivan. That's Stoney O'Connell running it down to Cormac Bonner, having the better of his duel with Richard Brown. Inside, there should be, and it is a goal for Michael Cleary. The Tipperary goal has come 3 minutes after John Fitzgibbon's goal for Cork.
Brilliant goal for Tipperary. It looks a bit easier than what it actually was. Colin Bonner races inside the fence, gathers the ball well, knocks it across the unmarked Michael Cleary. And this is not easy, because in this situation it's very easy to knock the ball out of your hand, but in fairness to Cleary, he holds his head and bangs into the back of the net.
Bob Hartnett again. Another super cut inside towards Ger Fitzgerald, and there's another goal, and it's Ger Fitzgerald who's got it. Again, a moment of consternation inside. The backs are still complaining back down there that the player might well have been inside the small square.
Ger Fitzgerald here, you can see him. I think he's just standing completely on the edge of the square, no problem about being in the square, and follows in the loose ball and bangs into the net. As the ball landed, he was certainly not inside the small square.
Early stages in the second half. Tomas Mulcahy having just got his first score. Down towards Tony O'Sullivan, who's playing anywhere. Again, it's John Fitzgibbon raiding. O'Sullivan moving inside, perhaps to take a pass, but Fitzgibbon going it alone. Tremendous run in towards Kevin Hennessy. Space at a premium, looking for some through the turn, and he's got a goal! A delighted Kevin Hennessy, celebrating his second goal in Munster finals, the first this afternoon, and that's 12 minutes into the second half.
Right, great play here in the half-hour line by Tony O'Sullivan, who gets the ball into John Fitzgibbon, and again Fitzgibbon taking on the Tipperary defence, knocks it inside to Kevin Hennessy, who gathers it very well under pressure from the Tip defenders. He can't get up, he doesn't seem to have any room here. He's turning back out again into the forward line, and just gets through the swing at Hurley and hits it a stoppable shot past Ken Hogan. Great play again by Hennessy.
Lahey being a bit more influential since that switch into the middle with Joe Hayes. Ger Cunningham coming out, and it's a goal! It's a goal! And it's Pat Fox who scored it! The fans are invading Semple Stadium. There's a lot of the match to go. A potentially dangerous situation with everybody coming in en masse. But it was a super score by Fox.
Brilliant goal by Fox here. Gets inside the Cork defence. Just beats Ger Cunningham and flicks it beautifully inside the defensive net. Tremendous anticipation and a great score by Fox. Just flicks it with the one hand.
John Fitzgibbon turning on his right hand side. Over the head of Ger Fitzgerald. Easy for Ken Hogan. Well, they've come back from an 8-point differential. The referee has noted the foul back there. Wants play to continue. Colin Bonner is the player who's fouled here. And the referee now racing back to attend to Michael Ryan. This is
what
happened.
The ball breaking into Ken Hogan here. And I think Ger Fitzgerald got involved there and pulled back wildly on Michael Ryan, and the referee books Ger quite rightly.
Touchdowns a goal! It's the equaliser! It's a goal! Declan Carr may well be the one who touched it last. It was a sensational score. The captain.
What a game we have now, Ger. A high dropping ball into the square. And as you can see here, backs and forwards. I think it's Declan Carr gets an overhead flick right into the back of the net. Fantastic score by Carr.
Hartnett breaking it down. Declan Ryan onto it. A much improved Declan Ryan in the second half. And it's Aidan Ryan now raiding into the gap, and he's put Tipperary in front. They led at the start of this match. They were pegged back. And the substitute now, Aidan Ryan, getting a score just like he did in Cork. So now it's up to Cork to try and hold on to their crown. Pat Buckley coming forward. Still trying to make some headway. And he's put it over the bar. 3:15 to 3:15. Buckley getting a score. He got one against Waterford. He got one against Tip 2 weeks ago. And he's got one now here again today. Yes, a terrific match. Declan Carr, who got that super goal for Tipperary in the second half. On towards Cormac Bonner. Our Tip to engineer a victory here. It's Cormac Bonner in the clear. He's put it over the bar. The big man who came on in Limerick in 1988 to get a goal then has got a point now. They lead by one. Now Tipperary cannot afford to rest on their laurels, just leading by a point. Lahey coming storming out of the right half back position. Launching another attack up towards Cormac Bonner again, against Richard Brown. Support required. Got from Pat Fox, is that going to seal it? It may well do so. Cork now will have to score a goal, it seems, to stay in this championship. Pat Fox, the scorer of a goal and 5 points this afternoon. See Tony O'Sullivan drop it in. It's loose, it's hit in, and it's a goal, and now it's got up the post. It was Tomas Mulcahy eventually. Oh, what an incredible finish to this match. We're in injury time. Cork almost saw the game for the taking there.
Well, I've never seen anything like it. I think it's Pat Buckley knocks it across the goal. It looked like it had to go in. Just bounced off the post and knocked away by Colin Bonner.
Dropped in again. Stopped this time by Declan Ryan. Magnificently so. Up to the other Declan. Carr it is on his own 65-metre line. Tip with their tails up, leading by 2 points. Sean O'Gorman, the All-Ireland champions, the Munster champions, are they about to lose their title? And Aidan Ryan can embellish a fine position here. The substitute has scored a goal! And that is that! The invasion of Central Stadium. Aidan Ryan scores a goal a minute into injury time.
Well, Joe, what a fantastic finish by Tipperary. And Aidan Ryan does ever so well here. It breaks inside the Cork defence, picks it up beautifully and hammers the ball to the net. But I think it's a tremendous tribute to Tipperary. They came from 8, 9, 10 points under one stage and they fought back to fashion what will be a historic victory for them, I think, today. And you can't blame them. Guts, character, whatever you want to call it. They've shown it all today and full credit to them. They've earned their victory.
Teddy McCarthy hoping to spoil the party yet. We're well into injury time. Softly tapped in the end and it's taken by Noel Sheehy. Good full-back play, not such a good clearance. Pat Buckley on towards Tomas Mulcahy. There's still time, the referee decides. Mulcahy firing it in, stopped. Whistle has sounded and it's going to be a free in for Cork. Now, they're in an excellent position as we're well into injury time. John Fitzgibbon fancies his chances with the shot. And he's got a goal and there are 2 points between them. John Fitzgibbon's second goal of the match. There's the shot from John Fitzgibbon. It was a pile driver. Ken Hogan just getting the stick to it, but it went in.
Well, Ger Cork need no goal again, we said already, but in this type of a game anything can happen. If they can just get the ball in once more, they could fashion another goal, who knows.
The referee has played 3 3/4 minutes of injury time. Michael Cleary, a scoring chance again. Top time, he's put it over the bar. Michael Cleary with a goal and 5 points now. Goal and 6 points, I should say. And that surely now is enough for Tip. Lahey at right half back, rounding Pat Buckley. Buckley fouls, free out. We're in the 40th minute of this match of the second half. So the 5th minute of injury time has come. John Lahey takes the free. It reaches Cleary. Beating Sean O'Gorman to it. And it's over the bar. Nicky English pleased. Not pleased that he couldn't play, but I'm sure delighted with his second half performance as Cleary taps on another point. It's all over. After as titanic a crash as you could have wished to see, Tipperary regain the Munster Championship. They're Munster champions for the 34th time. We had 8 goals in all in the match. 4 points between the teams at the finish. Tip win the game by 4-19 to Cork's 4-15.
In the end, 4 points separated the sides after a classic encounter. Tipperary, Munster champions, were now also into the All-Ireland semi-finals on August 4th where their opponents would be Galway. That Munster replay clashed with the Leinster final at Croke Park on July 21st. Will the meeting of Kilkenny and Dublin be as dramatic as the events in Thurles? We joined the game 8 minutes into the first half with both teams scoreless and with Eamon Cregan joining commentator Marty Morrissey.
Here's Sean Cairns. Pulled on by his colleague John Murphy. Sean McDermott getting it up towards Joey Morris. Break comes to MJ Ryan. The first score perhaps. Yes! Dublin are on their way. MJ Ryan, after 8.5 minutes of play, puts the ball over the bar. Two Kilkenny players going up for it. John Toomey leaving it to John Murphy. Intercepted by Michael Phelan. Now, can Tish do something? Giving it to John Parr. From John Locks and Callan, and the sides are level. It took 19.5 minutes for Kilkenny to score, and this man is the one who levels proceedings. Brian Kelleher. Well gathered by Michael Phelan again. Very nice ball to John Parr. Can he do it again? Yes! 2 points in a row in the space of 60 seconds. And he has put Kilkenny into the lead. DJ Carey picking up the break. Up towards Christy Heffernan. Possibly fouling Colin McGillon in the process. Giving insight to Adrian Ronan. Yes! Unstoppable!
Beautiful ball from Adrian Ronan, which was hand passed into the corner forward, and he buried the ball in the back of the net. Bad slack marking by the Dublin defence.
Johnny McDermott. And Michael Walsh underneath it. Has the confidence to gather and send it back up towards Adrian Ronan. John Toomey. His performance at centre half back will be very important for Dublin. It's Colin McGillon's drive and the right corner back with an absolutely brilliant point. Here comes Sean Cairns. Dublin continue to come forth. Joey Morris. It looks like it's going on target because the Hill are alive with blue flags. Liam McCarthy, half locked down by Colin McGillon. Brian Kelleher giving it out to John Toomey. It's hot and very hot. Half locked down, comes back out to Liam McCarthy. That pressure that Eamon Cregan was talking about, that nervousness, very evident in the Dublin defence. They've paid the penalty for it because that's John Parr's third point. Oh, well done. Ryan Kelleher, splendid play by the fullback. Break inside comes to MJ Ryan. His class will unquestionably be required in the second half. Line ball for Dublin. Now, can MJ Ryan drop it in over Michael Walsh's crossbar? Well gathered by Sean Cairns. He's inside the area. Can he get a hurley to it? Still Sean Cairns. Comes out to Johnny McDermott. Goal for Dublin. Shawnee, the hero of the Hill.
And here it is again. Ball is broken in. John Cairns pushes it, breaks out. Corner forward, corner forward, Sean McDermott buries it in the back of the net. Tremendous goal for Dublin, and they're back in this game with a bang.
Shea Boland, Adrian Ronan trying to pick up the break, fails. Comes to Michael Phelan. Colin McGillon out of position. Liam McCarthy punishes the mistake. It's the first time really that Colin McGillon was out of position, and I think he knows it. Well done, Joey Morris. Great catch. Sending it in towards Brian McMahon. Leaves a run on. Liam Simpson, good covering by the left cornerback. Exactly what a cornerback should be doing. Covering behind his fullback. Gives it out to Brian Hennessy. Michael Phelan gathers instead. Switches it in. Oh, John Toomey. Well, Eamon Cregan said a moment ago that he'd have to stop John Paul gathering possession. He's done it. Sean Cairns working tirelessly at midfield. Shawnee McDermott comes down to Rory Boland, the substitute. It has height and it has accuracy as well. Good point, Rory Boland. Dublin just trail by 1 point. Eamon Morrissey. Kilkenny have adopted him as their third midfielder. Adrian Ronan, Shea Boland just slipping at the wrong time. He gives Ronan the opportunity and he's taken it perfectly. A break for Dublin. MJ just taking his eye off it. Richie Power. Kieran O'Brien. Joey Morris down the wing. Good play. And Joey cleverly beats Tommy Fogarty. Aims his shot at the post, and that's a brilliant point. Joey Morris, he had a fine Leinster semi-final against Offaly, and that was an inspirational score. Break comes out towards Mick Clare. John Toomey going to get there first, but dispossessed by John Parr. Getting it inside to Liam McCarthy. It has plenty of distance, and it goes straight over Damien Byrne's crossbar. Two very valuable points for Kilkenny. Gliding it in gently. Liam Simpson, good clearance, comes out to Joey Morris. And that is a very good point again by Joey Morris. Referee just telling them concentrate on the game. Richie Power to DJ Carey. Beautiful start. A master craftsman at the age of 20. Can Dublin do something up here? Brian McMahon, John Henderson, Liam Simpson has all the time to gather and execute a good clearance. DJ Carey, Shea Fleming after him. DJ going through, and Damien Byrne out from 65. An incredible miss by DJ and a wonderful save by Damien Byrne.
Here it comes again. DJ Carey is going through, running through, backman losing the backman, takes his shot, hits it, and Damien Byrne sticks out his leg.
Dropping it in, aimed at Christy Heffernan. Comes to Adrian Ronan. Busy like a bee around the goal mouth, and yet another point for Adrian Ronan. Kilkenny selectors have just taken off Richie Power, brought on Lester Ryan, as Dublin have just 3 minutes left and 4 points between the sides. Michael Walsh coming out together, goes out over the end line, and that's a 65.
Kilkenny need experience, and they're taking off the experienced men, you know, but maybe he's running short on legs. His legs are running out.
Kieran Heatherton.
Great score.
Great score. A simple pass from John Toomey to Kieran Heatherton and over the bar. And Dublin rally and get the vital touch, and above all else, the vital possession. They have it. Joey Morris. Shawnee McDermott and Eddie O'Connor. Runs on to Brian McMahon. Comes back out to Kieran Heatherton. Gives it inside to Shawnee McDermott. Sean Kearns gone inside. Brian McMahon loose. This is Sean Kearns. Referee waves play on, and he puts it over the bar. Now, 2 points between the sides in the Leinster final.
And that was how it ended. Kilkenny were the new Leinster champions despite a very fine effort by Dublin. The Cats now faced Antrim in the first of the All-Ireland semi-finals on the first Sunday in August at Croke Park. The game got off to a dramatic start in the very first minute.
This is full forward Aidan McCarry. Putting across to corner forward to close. And Kilkenny get the first ball out. Up towards big Christy Heffernan, Eamon Morrissey, Liam McCarthy inside. And certainly Eamon Morrissey has a goal scoring opportunity here. He has to, he does! After 26 seconds of play, Eamon Morrissey to score for Kilkenny. Well, the Antrim defence were badly caught.
And it was an Antrim attack which was cleared by Kilkenny. Eamon Morrissey gets the ball and has tremendous speed. Left corner back can't get him, and he just kicks the ball into net. And there's something Antrim don't want, is such a start like that.
I must congratulate the groundsman in Croke Park, because the pitch is in immaculate condition. Paul McKillen, from a very difficult angle, sails right point over the bar. Well, the Antrim supporters have been telling me that Paul McKillen is back to his very best, and that indicates it. Comes to Paul McKillen. Up towards Aidan McCarry. Trying to get inside John Henderson. Onto the left. And that's the lead for Antrim. Well, Antrim are doing well. And Aidan McCarry, with his first real opportunity, grabbed the initiative, had the confidence to take on Henderson. and put it over the bar. Jesse Donnelly underneath it. This is Aidan McCarry. Taking two Kilkenny men to mark him. Comes to Paul McKillen in a good position. Trying to get past Bill Hennessy. Comes across to Jim Close. This is Jesse Donnelly. From there, but it was a rocket, and Michael Walsh didn't even see it.
The ball is actually blocked by the cornerback Simpson. It breaks out. A poor ground shot comes through. Desi Donnelly is onto it. He looks out as if he's to hit it to somebody, turns to his left, and it's stuck in the corner of the net. A brilliant goal.
So with Antrim's dangerous attacks going forward all the time, we would really want to be scoring, as Eamon Cregan says. Paul McKillen into Kieran Bach. Usually lethal when he gets the ball into his left hand, and that's the reason why. The ex-O'Donovan Rossa, now playing club hurling with St Vincent's here in Dublin, puts Antrim 3 points in front. Here come Kilkenny. Good play. Michael Phelan giving it to Liam McCarthy. Well dropped down by James McDonald. It comes back to McCarthy, and he's satisfied to put it over. That's his first point of this All-Ireland semi-final. Pat Gallagher using his weight to drive a ball beyond the Kilkenny 65-metre line. Terence McNaughton. Ah, that's a magnificent point. Great point by Terence McNaughton. And that's 2 points for the Cushendall man. Jim Close saying leave it. It won't come up for him. Now he has it. Trying to get inside Liam Walsh and Eddie O'Connor. Succeeds on both occasions. It's a good opportunity. Across to Kieran Barr. Inside the square, the referee has given a free.
Kilkenny are making a substitution now. We'll just see who it is in a few moments.
So referee just holding up the play while Patsy Brophy comes in. And going off is John Henderson, who's limping as he goes off. John Carson puts the ball over the bar. But certainly this is an interesting time in the match because John Henderson is gone, and obviously he picked up an injury. Eventually it's Michael Phelan getting it out for John Carr, who wasn't really expecting it. 3 Antrim players around, Terence McNaughton, and eventually to Sambo. It solves problem. Giving it up to Jackie Clarkson. Over towards Jim Close. Antrim have Kilkenny backs a little bit exposed at the moment, and Close going down. Bill Hennessy has lost his hurley. Still Jim Close. He has a chance, and Michael Walsh puts it over the bar. But that was a brilliant run by the engineer based in Dublin, Jim Close from O'Donovan Rossa in Belfast. Trying to get away from Pat Dwyer. Oh, excellent hurling by Pat Dwyer, hooking it away, just as Eamon Cregan said a moment ago. The Kilkenny lads great at that sort of hooking and flicking away. Down towards Eamon Morrissey, the man that Antrim will have to fear. Sending in a ball towards Pat Gallagher, who sends it over the bar. Just for a moment there, I thought he was going to go in under the crossbar.
I thought so. The goalkeeper Gallagher was very lucky.
Comes across to Michael Phelan without a hurley, and he manages to get it for his Richie Power. Sending in a dangerous ball to Eamon Morrissey. Turning, going for the goal, and he has to be happy with the point. So now 3 points between the sides as Eamon Morrissey registers 1-1 in this All-Ireland semi-final. And the ball breaks up towards Donald Armstrong. Liam Walsh without a hurley, giving it to Richie Park. Brilliantly blocked down by Paul McKillen. And you can just feel that Kilkenny are stepping up the gear slightly at the moment. Liam Fennery trying to get inside, gives it out to Liam McCarthy. Antrim sticking to their task, but they cannot provide or prevent McCarthy putting it over the bar. And that's 2 points now for Liam McCarthy. Aidan McCarry playing it right half forward. And it's McCarry that has the ball. He has 2 players available. McCarry throws it alone, and that's a point. They needed that point, and Beaver McCarry, he scored 2 goals and 3 points against Offaly in the 89 semi-final. Gets it down past Kieran Barr. Once he gets it up into that hand, well, it's trouble immediately. Terence not getting fully behind it. Some wild pulling in Croke Park, and the break comes to Terence again. He looks around, there's nobody in support, he has to go it alone, and he sends it high, and it's gone over the bar. Sambo showing the way forward for the Ulster champions. And Kilkenny are just nipping in there with the hurley, just depriving Antrim of valuable possession. Liam McCarthy trying to get inside. Dominic McKinlay giving it out to Christy Heffernan, and a good save by Gallagher again. Breaks inside, and Morrissey, it's in the net. We've been saying it all along, but Eamon Morrissey was the man that was going to win this match for Kilkenny.
Yes, Liam Fennelly gets the ball, he hand passes to Christy Heffernan. Christy Heffernan shoots, great save by Gallagher. Corner forward in, and Eamon Morrissey is there, and he just flicks it to the back of the net.
This is Liam Fennelly, and he gets inside Dominic McKinlay, and he's happy with the putt. And Liam Fennelly has certainly made a difference inside there at full forward. Eamon Morrissey, the minute he touches the ball, Kilkenny just seemed to step up a gear. Out towards Christy Heffernan, and that's a great point by Christy. His first point of this match, made and created by Eamon Morrissey. Paul McKillen, just not able to connect properly, comes down to Jim Close. Fine hurler, this fella. Sending a ball up towards John Carson. Liam Simpson, out over the line ball for Antrim.
It's interesting now, he wanted to calm himself, he's getting a little bit excited there, he should take it easy and go in. John Carson.
John Carson has gone in, that's Terence McNaughton. Just remember that brilliant point he scored in the first half. Gets it inside, back out to Terence McNaughton, difficult angle. It's over! The sides are level! And just 1 minute left, and Sambo has done it again. The glens of Antrim are full of singing now. But it comes to big Christy Heffernan, to Eamon Morrissey. They can't allow him swing now. He has a go, it's gone over. Eamon Morrissey. Well, I must say, Eamon, we've been saying it all along.
Yes, indeed.
DJ Carey.
There's another one.
Oh, brilliant point. Brilliant point.
It's all over, Marty. It's all over.
And Kilkenny have responded with two magnificent points. We're now into injury time. Kieran Barr giving it to Aidan McCarry. Liam Simpson nipping in. Down towards Liam McCarthy. Sending it goal bound. Pat Gallagher underneath it. Back up the field. Trying to find Paul McKillen, but it's too late. Kilkenny are in the All-Ireland final. 2 points that were scored by master craftsmen Eamon Morrissey on the left and DJ Carey, and they deserve the congratulations.
Kilkenny were through to their first All-Ireland final since 1987. A little bit later the same afternoon, those keen rivals Galway and Tipperary met in the second semi-final. With so much at stake for both counties, the tension was almost palpable. The action is described for us now by Ger Canning with Jimmy Barry Murphy.
Long, lengthy ball. Breeze helping it, of course. That's Paul Delaney. Whipping it back into the centre towards John Lahey. Nice ground hurling. Up towards Pat Fox. In towards Cormac Bonner. Wrong footing Pete Finnerty. As he's done so well. Shades of the goal he got against Limerick. And it's a goal! A goal by Cormac Bonner. Doing what he does brilliantly. There was space created for him. He took it round Pete Finnerty with dancing glee. And after 11 minutes he's got the game's only goal.
Well, tremendous play again here by Cormac Bonner, doing what he does best. Gets inside Finnerty with one hand in the hurley, allows him to get inside him. Races away from Finnerty, and just as he did against Cork, at this stage he manages to finish quite well with his left hand into the corner of the net.
Long goal from Keogh. Michael Ryan, nicely taken. Conal Bonner towards Lahey. Neat pick up. Nice delivery inside. Over the corner back. On for Cormac Bonner to run onto. Turning it into the space to Michael Cleary. Oh, the control is letting him down, but he buried it brilliantly. Oh, it seemed to have run away from him, but he's a tremendous player. It's a goal and 3 points now for Michael Cleary.
Here you have Cormac Bonner gets the ball under pressure from Peter Finnerty again. Finnerty is under pressure trying to control him. Michael Cleary knocks it away from himself. Left-handed shot in the corner. Fantastic shot.
Oh, Kane really whipping on that one unceremoniously. McGrath against Michael Ryan. A pile up with Rabbit now racing down. Lovely pick-up. Across into the centre towards Martin Nocton. Colin Bonner going out, good shoulder. Nocton. Remember the goal he got against Tipperary after 3 minutes and 87? He set up a point on this occasion for Brendan Keogh. Lahey now. They all look so sharp in attack. Blocked down brilliantly by Jerry Kane. Again it's Lahey inside Keating. Stemming the tide. Out to Brendan Keogh. Plenty of time to control this one. Sending it across towards Michael McGrath's wing. Hopper trying to get inside. Good covering by the Tipperary backs. Hopper once again. Good build-up. They need the goal. McGrath providing the goal. Bang on cue. 29 minutes gone in the first half.
Well, scrappy play here. Michael McGrath gathers the ball well. Solos across the field. In fact, I thought he was moving away from the goal, but just turning onto his left hand and strikes a brilliant left-handed shot past Ken Hogan.
It's Nocton on his own 65-metre line. It's a huge run and it's gone over the bar and there's just a goal in it. A goal separating the teams from way out the field, 65 metres out. Martin Nocton fires it over the bar. Drops down from Joe Rabbit-Trelinsky as Galway seek out the first point of the second half. Setting up Brendan Keogh. Well, he fumbled, just betraying a hint of a nerve. Back to Rabbit. And Joe Rabbit gets his first point. Tip may be waiting for their Fox to score first in this match, but it's Galway's Rabbit who's got off the mark at the other end. Now Pat Fox. And set up a chance inside. Declan Ryan being marked by two players did well. Didn't hit roll the first time, but he connects splendidly to get a goal for Tipperary. The first goal of the second half. The third of the match. Declan Ryan's first score coming just over 2 minutes into the second 35 minutes. Pat Fox, the one who set it up, Jimmy.
Good pass across by Pat Fox, the rushing Declan Ryan, who knocks it away from the Galway defender, gathers in his hand and gets inside the corner back, turns onto his left hand here and looks as if he's going to shoot, but it's blocked down by Pete Finnerty coming across. But again, not on the ground, but Declan Ryan, a fantastic finish, just like Michael Cleary's, and a shot that is almost impossible to stop in hurling. Great finish again by Declan Ryan.
So Tony Keaty, another body blow to his team, leaving it in, and that went off the Tipperary defence. Well, how Galway would have benefited, I think, from a build-up match to this one, a qualifying game. In towards Joe Cooney, drops down, McGrath waiting for it. Likewise Michael Ryan, out towards Joe Rabbit. Right to arm. Feels the effect of that challenge. He's fouled, and it's going to be a free in for Galway. Martin Nocton and Paul Delaney shaping up to one another, and Brendan Linsky, the Galway number 14. So the free will be taken by Joe Cooney, around about 22-23 metres out. Happy and content with his point. So that's Galway's first score of the second half. Out into the middle of the field to the totally unmarked Mikey Coleman. Tips marking now, letting them down. Sheehy first to the ball. Great full back play towards Declan Ryan. Really dominant now against Tony Keating. Hitting it with the boot, but it's gone outside. Referee just having the word with Tony Keating for that last incident. Really laying down the law there against Declan Ryan, who, in his favour, did not react.
Very childish action there by Tony Keady. They're 9 points behind. He should be getting up and get on with the game, moving out the field, and yet he stops to pick up the hurley and throw away. Stupid action.
There's only a quarter of an hour left in it, in what's so far been a disappointing semi-final. Conor Stakelin racing forward, plenty of support, trying to stake his claim in what looks to be a Tipperary team on their way to an All-Ireland final. Aidan Ryan sees that one sail over his head to Joe Cooney. Lahey now back around his own half-back line, where of course he starred in the replay of the Munster final. Tracy firing it forward. McGrath racing forward. Another good run forward. And Tip now, I think, well aware of the threat he possesses following his first half goal 6 minutes before half time. Dickie Murphy just holding up the game to see who's going to make his way off, and it's going to be Gerard O'Neill, who came on as a sub, and he's gone off again. Ken Hogan's puck out towards Declan Carr. Michael Coleman there as well for Galway. Lahey now, neat pick up, well delivered inside to Carr on the 45-metre line, and that's sailed over the bar. Point for the captain, with time running out for Galway. Again in around the house towards Rabbit. Huge leap in the air, he's got it as well. Trying to set it up for Pat Malone. It's come out instead to Bobby Ryan, tenaciously taking it away from the heart of the Tipperary goal area towards his cousin Conor Stakelin. It can't be too much in that one, it just got inside the right hand post. Stakelin with another point. So 2 points now for Conor Stakelin, and 10 points the margin with 5 minutes remaining.
So the scene was set for a Kilkenny-Tipperary final in Croke Park on the first Sunday in September. Though in different provinces, Tip and Kilkenny are border neighbours and always the most intense of rivals. Well, that was to create a special atmosphere for the final, with huge pre-match publicity and tickets like gold dust. Millions watched on television around the world as the two sides faced up to each other for the throw-in at exactly 3:30. Ger Canning was the commentator once more, along with Jimmy Barry Murphy.
The referee is Willie Horgan. He was also in charge of this year's National League final. He becomes the third Cork man to take charge of an All-Ireland hurling final. So the final underway, up towards Liam Fennelly. Whipped out in a pile-up of bodies as the players were going for that one. A couple of players looking to be dazed as it's played up towards Pat's Fox corner. There with Liam Simpson. Two players still lying on the ground, I can tell you, away from the action as Declan Carr nips in here. High challenge from Eddie O'Connor. Michael Cleary's shot is blocked down by Pat Dwyer. Will scramble to get this ball free. Tips still on the attack. Michael Cleary against John Henderson. Stopped somehow by Pat Dwyer. And finally it's gone out over the end line and it's gone wide. So it's going to be a puck out, and Michael Welch will take it. Aidan Ryan runs into Christy Heffernan. Meanwhile, Bobby Ryan has a shot blocked down by John Power. Power against Lahey. Michael Phelan, part of the Glenmore contingent, trying to touch it on there towards Eamon Morrissey. Fennelly trying to get right involved in the action early in the match. Kilkenny looking like they mean business early on. Now DJ Carey, he's got great pace. Turns it high, but he's put it wide. Colin Bonner, I think, will be aware early on about the pace of this young player. He really is one of the speed merchants of hurling, and if you give him a yard, well, he'll steal a couple of dozen more. Declan Carr against Eddie O'Connor. He's anxious to make an early impression as well, but we still await the opening score of the game. So 2 wides for Tipperary, 1 for Kilkenny. Christy Heffernan coming out towards this one, but in the end gets in Richie Power's way. Michael Phelan now, without the stick, belting it forward towards Eamon Morrissey, and Fennelly showing very clever stick work on the ground. Morrissey trying to line himself up for a shot. It's stopped by Paul Delaney. Comes out to the recovered Conall Bonner towards Aidan Ryan. Driven defiantly downfield towards Declan Ryan. Touched on towards Pat Fox. Beaten further over by Liam Simpson. Michael Cleary going across to put in a challenge. It reaches Fox. Very near the sideline. Eddie O'Connor going back, doing well, getting goal side. And Simpson unable to keep the ball in play. It's going to be a sideline ball. And the pressure will be on the Kilkenny backs. John Lahey is having such a marvellous season, seen by many people as the complete player. And what's turning out to be his best season so far. Whipped in, stopped by Pat Dwyer. Driven out towards John Power. Right half forward, stopped by Conall Bonner. The half-backs from Tipperary trying to get on top of their task early on, but it's Christy Heffernan who's breaking through. Well beating Bobby Ryan, hand passing it outside when he could have gone for a point himself, and the referee says that he captured too many steps, I think, or perhaps he caught the ball twice.
Yeah, you see here Christy races inside, catches the ball once, goes on again then, and I think just he's not sure whether to go on with the ball or take a shot, and he catches the ball here again, and that's a free out, second offence.
Pat Fox, Pat Dwyer comes out. John Lahey gets the opening point of the match. John Lahey, the man of the moment. And at the canal end, the Tipperary fans salute the opening score of the game, which has taken 5.5 minutes to produce. Declan Ryan on the 4 sideline ball. It's out by Richie Power, down towards the inside forward line, and Noel Sheehy gets there first against Liam Fennelly. We've seen Fennelly win a couple of balls, and he got out very fast that time, and the referee for the foul there on Pat Fox by Liam Simpson awards the free into Tipperary, and they can go 2 points ahead here. Michael Cleary, who scored 8 points against Cork in the drawn match, won 7 in the replay and won 9 against Galway, lines up Tipperary's second scoring chance. So Tip leading by 2 points to 0 in that last match of the 1-9 of his tally against Galway. 6 were from frees and 2 were from 65s.
Okay, and this is just what Tip are good at all the year. Pat Fox great at the broken play, snaps the ball into his hand, and a loose swing by Liam Simpson gives away a silly free, and an easy point for Tipperary.
Richie Power battling there with Aidan Ryan. Got a touch onto it up towards Nicky English, and the referee saw the drop down by Bill Hennessy on Nicky English. Referee very sharp. He makes it look very easy, quite routine, and Tip now go into a 3-point lead when it seemed that Kilkenny were getting the early breaks.
This is it, Kilkenny just can't afford to give away frees in that situation. Michael Cleary has been slotting them over all the year, and they're simple frees, and Kilkenny backline have got to get the grips with the Tipperary forward line, get out to the ball fast and knock it away without giving away frees.
Aidan Ryan, Conall Bonner just went in expecting the breaking ball to come his way. It's going to be a free in. Eamon Morrissey, the player I'm sure they're going to be looking to this afternoon. He very much was their star against Antrim. That's the position of Conall Bonner after he pushed John Parr that time. Took up a good position. Free was for the second offence, pushed by Michael Ryan. DJ Carey looking for Kilkenny's first score of the afternoon. So Kilkenny are off the mark after 10 minutes. Well, the expectations were for a tight contest here this afternoon, and that's what looks like we're about to get. Richie Power against John Lahey, touch back in towards Liam Welsh, and by Aidan Ryan towards Nicky English, stopped by Bill Hennessy. Hennessy has the distinction of keeping Nicky English scoreless in 2 league matches in recent years. Cross towards Michael Cleary, runs in, Cormac Bonner tried to break that ball forward, still Cormac Bonner, English coming in as well, stopped in the end, and it's taken away out of danger by Liam Simpson. Great cornerback play, up towards Liam McCarthy, runs inside, Noshi trying to get in goal side here against Liam Fennelly. Fennelly causing problems, and he's put it over the bar. There's just a point in it. That's the second point from play in the match, Kilkenny's first from play, 3 points to 2.
This resulted from great clearance by Liam Simpson when Kilkenny were under pressure and they cleared a long ball. Noel Sheehy got us here, tripped accidentally, I think, in fairness, by Liam Fennelly, who snaps up quickly and scores a great point.
Lahey's made a marvellous catch, raiding on that left-hand side. Chopped down by Hennessy, ball inside still, goal chance presented, comes out to Liam Walsh and whipped away out of the danger area. A real moment of danger there for the Kilkenny defence. Lahey the instigator, Carr to keep the pressure on that defence. It's taken with some difficulty by Liam Welsh, out of the middle towards Christy Heffernan, being marked the whole time by Bobby Ryan. Michael Phelan, up towards Liam Fennelly, trying to break it down for the incoming John Power. Noel Sheehy again, standing his ground at full-back. To Christy Heffernan, tapped nicely forward towards Eamon Morris, who had made a good diagonal run from right to left to turn and to put it over the bar and to put the sides level. Excellent positioning taken up by Eamon Morrissey to put the sides level. He made a good run across. That was a fine ball inside that time.
Good ball again by Christy Heffernan here. Spots Eamon Morrissey running across the opposite corner from where he's playing, and this is very good corner forward play. Turns and snaps up an excellent score.
Great catch from the man you talked about. Brilliantly down. Bobby Ryan now trying to get it back goal side. He's fouled him. The referee is signalling for a free in, and Kilkenny can take the lead for the first time in the game from the three, which will be taken by DJ Carey. But what a piece of fielding that was by an informed Christy Heffernan. By his own admission, he hasn't been having a good season, but this is the time to produce the form he can produce.
Well, Christy certainly hasn't been playing well, but he looks all fired up today to have a big game. That's a magnificent catch with Hurley's flying everywhere and wins an excellent free and a great chance for Kilkenny to go ahead.
DJ's put them in front. 2 points now for DJ Carey from the Young Ireland's club, which is in Gowran. Up towards Nicky English. We haven't seen much of Nicky English. We've seen very little of Cormac Bonner so far. Bill Hennessy, to the delight of the Kilkenny fans. The long clearance. Colin Bonner under pressure from DJ Carey. Carey raiding inside on his favourite left-hand side, and he's put over the bar for another point. 3 points in the match now for DJ Carey. That's the first from play, and Kilkenny now lead by 2.
Well, again, broken play across the field here, and DJ Carey, one thing he's got tremendous pace, and he races away from Colin Bonner there very well and strikes a lovely point off his left hand. One thing about him, he can score right or hand, and he's very, very accurate.
Another mighty puck out by Ken Hogan, dropping into the heart of the Kilkenny half-back line. Eddie O'Connor racing across against Pat Fox. He did well, lovely stick work, good wrist action and timing as well to dispossess the sharpshooter from Tipperary. Michael Cleary, known as Skippy to his friends. Cross towards John Lahey, brilliantly stopped again by Liam Welsh. Well, this was a feature of their game against Antrim. The Kilkenny backs really do know how to mark tightly, as Bobby Ryan avails of the chance and puts it over the bar to cut back the leeway, and there's just a solitary point now separating the teams. 16 minutes in to the first half.
Well, here Declan Ryan is under pressure, and he spots Bobby Ryan loose. Christy Heffernan is playing very, very deep, and he's leaving a lot of room for Bobby Ryan, and he wouldn't want to give him that kind of space. A very good score for Tipperary, but...
Oh! Ken Hogan just watching there as Noel Sheehy and Liam Fennelly get involved in a tangle, and the referee is going to call Noel Sheehy across here and lay down the law that you can't do that. He was obviously very angry about something that happened just immediately before that. This is what happened, Jimmy.
Yeah, Liam Fennelly just jumps over the ball and Noel Sheehy runs in quite stupidly and manhandles him up against the barrier, and it's totally uncalled for. Again, Liam Fennelly was quite entitled to go after a loose ball, and Ken Hogan left it run wide. Referee books him quite rightly.
There's been a lot of sun around lately. Conor Bonner. Richie Power whipping it in again towards Liam Fennelly. Liam McCarthy taking it up delightfully, turning, striking and putting it over the bar for his first point of the match. And now the entire Kilkenny full forward line has scored from play. A very good return indeed, causing their problems against the Tipperary backs.
Kilkenny are certainly fired up for this game. Great pick up here again by Liam McCarthy, and he scores an excellent point under pressure, and all Kilkenny forwards are getting on the act now. They look very sharp indeed.
John Power recovered from the hand injury against 3 Tipperary men, one of them Bobby Ryan, still unable to make much headway. Ferocious play in there, very, very committed, but that's what you expect, of course, in the fray of an All-Ireland final. Ollie Welch in the background there. So Ollie watches as DJ prepares with great care to take this free. The side ahead by 2 points, 6 points to 4. Really lobbed in brilliantly. Stopped by Ken Hogan. Nice piece of goalkeeping. Under pressure. Eddie O'Connor. That was nicely judged by Ken Hogan. Meanwhile, it's Liam McCarthy, hoping to bring the cup of the same name back to Northside for the first time since 1983, when they put victories together against Cork in 82 and 83. Meanwhile, at the other end, John Henderson having a fairly easy time so far because the ball really isn't getting into Cormac Bonner. Paul Delaney. Eddie O'Connor touching it down, waiting for it. DJ Carey. Richie Power winding himself up with a shot, and he's found the range and he's put it over the bar. A really great point from the middle of the field by Richie Power of Carrickshock.
Richie Power is certainly a dominant figure in the match at centre field at the moment, and he's having an inspired spell for Kilkenny, and he's helped to put it back into a very strong position.
Michael Phelan. Christy Heffernan breaks it on towards John Power. Paul Delaney. Reading the game so well. Up towards Declan Ryan. He can really be a star in this match yet. But with this one, he's just dropped it to the left and he's put it wide, and it becomes Tipperary's 5th wide in the first half. Kilkenny with 6. So just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. The first half now dominated by Kilkenny, and John Parr coming raiding once more. Sold a dummy. Paul Delaney gets back, goal side, does well. Liam McCarthy trying to keep the pressure now up on the beleaguered Tipperary backs. Delaney again whipping it out. The scoreline reading Kilkenny 8 points, Tipperary 5. Michael Cleary against the challenge of Michael Phelan. Eddie O'Connor now. Off O'Connor's stick. And Jerry McLaury from Antrim, the linesman down here, signalling the line ball, which Declan Carr will take. Declan has scored 2 points from midfield in Tip's last All-Ireland appearance 2 years ago. And Declan, nor his colleagues, not too pleased with that one. A Tip line, or a Kilkenny line ball. Declan Carr now, making sure he wasn't hooked by DJ Carey, sending it in towards Cormac Bonner, batted out by John Henderson. Aidan Ryan, however, reading his intentions, got onto it, hit it, and he's put it high and over the bar. His first score in the match since moving forward to left half forward. That's been a good switch, and now there's just 2 points between them. Phil Hennessy under it against Nicky English. He's done really well against English and kept him scoreless. Indeed, as we've said already, the entire Tipperary full forward line yet to score. Morrissey against Michael Ryan, having difficulty picking it up, taking the shoulder from Bobby Ryan with great confidence. Oh, that's a super point by Evan Morrissey. He beat his man. He took a shoulder that came in from Bobby Ryan perfectly fairly, stood his ground, and with unerring accuracy sent it over the bar to put 3 points between the teams. And just under 2 minutes to go to half-time. What a score this was, Jimmy.
Well, that's an inspirational score, and they're the kind of scores that can win All-Ireland. When you start getting those scores, that can demoralise the opposition, and Kilkenny will be very happy the way this first half has gone, and if they can hold a 3 or 4 point lead going in at half-time, they'll be in a strong position.
Michael Welch. Conall Bonner under it. John Parr trying to prod it on there against Bobby Ryan. DJ Carey and John Parr just getting him in another's way, as it were. And in the end, it's Noel Sheehy who fires it up towards Cormac Bonner and makes a super catch with the left hand. The Viking is going forward. Bonner still to Pat Fox to look for their first score. And he has put it over the bar, has he? Yes. Pat Fox puts it over. The first point that the inside forward line has scored all came from that magnificent piece of fielding by Cormac Bonner. He laid it off superbly as he took it adroitly around his man, and Pat Fox stuck it over the bar.
Well, this has been Tip's strength all year. Cormac Bonner, fantastic catch there. Goes high up into the clouds and turns John Henderson very well. And this is why they've been so good at all the year. Spots the loose man outside, and Pat Fox is deadly from that distance, never misses. A great score.
No hint of an injury the way he caught that one. Pat Fox, heavily bandaged left knee. On to Michael Cleary, and they've got another one in the space of a minute, and we're back to just a 1 point difference. Michael Cleary's 5th point of the first half. He's the leading scorer in the match. 4 points coming from frees, 1 now from play. Michael Welch's puck out, 9 points to 8. John Parr coming back. What a game it's turning out to be. Donnelly. He's put it wide. He's put it wide. Oh, it's one of those misses that he may well rue before the 70 minutes is up. He was really in the clear. He engineered it well himself. Looks disgusted with himself, didn't he? As Declan Carr waits in midfield. Pat Fox against Liam Simpson. The foul, and it's going to be a free in. Can Tipperary go on level terms here?
Sure, if Tip go level here, you'll be wondering how they did. They've been outplayed for virtually the whole of the first half, and Kilkenny have just slackened off in the last couple of minutes and give away a free here now, and this will be a major boost to Tipperary coming back from what is seemingly playing poorly, and there Michael Cleary knocks it over, and they're right back in this game again.
They're level, and Cleary has done it. So the referee playing some time for injuries in the first half. What a very good first half it's turned out to be. Very, very competitive. And you really couldn't say at this stage who's going to win it. They go in at half-time, level. Tipperary made the better start. 3 points, which Tipperary responded to, or Kilkenny responded to well, with Christy Heffernan really leading his side from the middle. John Parr a thorn in the Tipperary defence, and at half-time it's Kilkenny 9 points, Tipperary 9. Adrian Ronan has gone into the top of the left position as the game restarts. So level at the start of this second half, 9 points apiece, and only 4 finals have ever been drawn in the All-Ireland series. The last was in 1959. Kilkenny was involved, playing against Waterford. So the first free of the second half to Tipperary, and Michael Cleary the taker. Leading scorer in the match so far from 65 metres out. Cormac Bonner wanting the service inside. This is Liam Simpson scooping it away. Pat Fox alive to the possibilities. Liam Simpson had a very good match in my view against Antrim once he settled to his task. And the little flicks and wrist action that you see from the Kilkenny backs in stopping a Tipperary man, very, very impressive so far. Pressure applied now. Brilliantly so by Declan Ryan. Fox hand passing it outside and giving Michael Cleary a bit of work to do. Still in play, and Michael Phelan felt the effect of that, picking himself rather gingerly off the ground. The hand injury. So Kilkenny have themselves the free.
Important factor now for Kilkenny is whether Richie Poore in the middle of the field and Christy Heffernan in centre forward can keep up the momentum they showed in the first half. They've been great servants, Kilkenny, but they're not getting any younger, and it's going to be asking a lot of them to keep up the way they've been playing, and it's so important for them that they do that.
A mighty free from Pat Dwyer, the centre half back, up towards Christy Heffernan, batted down by Noshi. Adrian Ronan, first chance to shine in this match. Christy Heffernan seemed to be held, and in the end it's John Lahey who'll play anywhere. Coming out of the half-back line, up towards Pat Fox. Without playing well, Tipperary find themselves on level terms, which has to be very heartbreaking for Kilkenny, who played well, dominated, but they drove over 8 wides in the first half. Tip now with 7 wides so far in the game. Again, it's John Lahey in the thick of the action. Well, it's worked in several matches. One wonders whether it's going to work in the final, this tactic of bringing him back deep. Michael Ryan, Lahey again. Up towards Nicky English, beaten by Bill Hennessy. Pat Dwyer, on to Liam Welch. Striking it to the right, however.
So important now that either side who has a chance, the match is so tightly balanced that they keep the ball in play and not strike wides. Pat Fox now and Liam Welch have struck wides there when they could well have left the ball into the forward and try and keep the ball in play and put pressure on the opposing defence.
Declan Ryan. Inside towards Nicky English. Fox. Neat pick-up. Looking for the first score of the second half, and Pat Fox has restored Tipperary's lead. They made the best start to the first half, and they've made a fine start now to the second. So very delicately balanced. Christy Heffernan there against Conall Bonner. Remember, his marker since midway through the first half. That was on from penalty towards Adrian Runnan. Going back, however, making sure to get that one is John Lahey. Eddie O'Connor whipping it outside, but the first to react is Pat Fox. Ground hurling employed by Fox. The intentions, however, read by his marker Liam Simpson. Through the centre towards Christy Heffernan, being allowed a little bit of latitude by Conall Bonner. Christy in full flight to John Power. Oh, was a great shoulder, but the referee says an unfair shoulder. Colin Bonner obviously not going shoulder to shoulder, but rather shoulder into the upper chest.
Good play again by Christy Heffernan here. Takes on Conall Bonner, gets inside him, and he spots John Power loose outside him. Good hand pass out. John Power is wide open here, and it's a full frontal charge by Colin Bonner. The referee quite right, he gives a free in.
DJ Carey has the chance to bring the game back within Kilkenny's reach once more, with just a point between the teams. That's 5 points now in all for DJ Carey, the leading scorer in the match. Michael Cleary, he's on 6 points. 9 minutes gone in the second half. Ken Hogan's puck out. Stopped, however, splendidly by Michael Phelan. Up towards Liam Fannelly, lets it run on. The run-on's on to Paul Delaney, Tipperary. Down towards Nicky English, being marked by Bill Hennessy and marked very tightly. Declan Ryan through the centre. Eddie O'Connor responding quickly, leaving it for John Henderson to whip it away out of the danger area. Tipperary will have possession. John Henderson back in his goal line. The Henderson brothers hold 11 All-Ireland medals between them at senior level. Pat with 5, John and Ger with 3 each. And now John having the chance to get a 4th this afternoon. Meanwhile, the other John Lahey. Nicky English with a fine catch against Bill Hennessy, who was holding him out, and Nicky English engineers the free. A determined look on his face. Being marked very tightly this afternoon by Bill Hennessy. So a chance for Michael Cleary to extend Tipperary's lead once again to a 2-point lead. He's got a goal! A goal! A speculative shot by Michael Cleary. The opening goal of the match comes after 10 minutes. We were saying there's never been a Tip Kilkenny final without a goal. Well, that was right out of the blue. I wonder, was he going for a point? Certainly the Kilkenny backs felt he was.
Well, sure, a disaster for Kilkenny here. I think Michael Cleary actually mishits the ball, and Kilkenny backs weren't expecting it, deflected it into the net. And in fact, I thought it was quite a harsh free on Bill Hennessy when Nicky English turned into him, and he seemed to play for the free rather than trying to get away from Bill Hennessy.
Colin Bonner now, as the Tipperary team trying to impose their will on this match and ensure victory. Declan Ryan neatly dispossessed by Liam Welch, but the body blow that is to Kilkenny. The underdogs going into the final now find themselves 4 points behind. Bobby Ryan taking it with some difficulty. He was fouled by Christy Heffernan, and it's going to be a free out. Well, that was a goal they'll talk about for some time. I think you're right. I think he did miss-hit it. I'm sure he was going for a point. It deceived everybody. It may have caught a deflection on the way in.
Yeah, I think it went off Liam Welch's hurley. What I'd be most interested in seeing again is the actual ball that Nicky English caught and where he won the free from Hennessy. I thought it was a harsh free, but I'd like to see it again.
That's superbly caught back there by the aforementioned Liam Welch. So the pressure remains on the the Kilkenny defence. But the Cats have shown themselves in the past to have 9 lives. They looked beaten and out of it against Wexford, and then DJ Carey came and got a late goal for them. They looked as though they were on the way out against Dublin, and yet they won. The same story against Antrim. They won all their matches by 2 points. John Lahey slips, misses, but it does manage to get in as far as Bill Hennessy. Richie Power lifting the siege. Up to Eamon Morrissey. Morrissey with 2 points so far in this match. Watches as Christy Heffernan gains possession. Christy's made a lot of things happen without scoring himself. He certainly has been a problem for the 2 men who've marked him so far, starting with Bobby Ryan and now Conall Bonner. Sheehy, having got a belt on the nose, back in his full-back position, watches as DJ Carey turns this chance high and over the bar. So, just a goal separating the teams. And Tipperary are taking the opportunity to introduce a sub, and it's going to be Conor Stakelum who's going to come in, scorer of 2 points against Galway, and the man going off is the full forward Cormac Bonner. Obviously not by any means 100% fit, but he lasted the first half and he's gone off in the 14th minute of the second half, so a good contribution by Bonner without being fully fit. Liam Simpson trying to keep the ball away from Pat Fox. Declan Carr trying to put in a challenge as well. Christy Heffernan beginning once again to dominate. Michael Ryan, oh, he's caught a high one once again. Liam Fennelly saying it was a perfectly fair shoulder. Liam incensed by the referee's decision to award a free out. Bobby Ryan and Liam Simpson, or Liam Fennelly. Well, Fennelly was quite angry about the original decision. Words being exchanged now. And DJ Carey telling Fennelly just to take it nice and easy. This is the challenge once again, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, Michael Ryan's coming out with the ball. He has possession, and Liam Fennelly catches him full frontal again into the up around the mouth. You can't do that. It's a free out, and no need to be arguing about that. It's a simple free and no question about it.
Declan Ryan, back to Fox, and he's turned it over. Declan Ryan making the most of the chance to put it onto Pat Fox for his 3rd point of the game. So 4 points separating the teams once more.
That's what Fox is great at, watching for the play, coming back over from the full forward line and snaps up those chances very well. He's had a fantastic season, he never misses those.
John Power touches it down. Bobby Ryan with Declan Ryan ready to take the pass from him. A good run forward from Bobby, having started all of that with the block down. Cross towards Pat Fox. Got to take it round Simpson, succeeding. A lovely point by Pat Fox, scorer of the last 2 points. This is a very fine spell in the match now for Tipperary, really turning the game around, beginning to impose themselves on the Kilkenny team now. And Fox, as you see, the scorer of 4 points. Eamon Morrissey. He's put it over. It's a good point by Morrissey to keep his side well in touch. Plenty of time to go. For 17 minutes gone in the second half. Michael Phelan trying to break it down in the middle of the field. Adrian Ronan operating at left half forward, up towards the aforementioned DJ Carey. Now Morrissey. He's got great strength. Bobby Ryan in under it there. Noel Sheehy likewise, and here comes Fennelly. Liam Fennelly blocked down superbly, but the referee is not one bit pleased by the challenge of Bobby Ryan, claiming that they was pulling on Liam Fennelly, and he's moved the ball into a more favourable position for the Kilkenny free taker. It'll be straight in front of the goal. It looked a very good challenge by Bobby Ryan, I must say.
Liam Fennelly. Liam is looking for a goal. He thinks they need it at this stage, and he turns back onto his right hand, and I think that's a courageous block down by Bobby Ryan and a harsh decision on Tipperary.
It was a good challenge by Bobby Ryan, but watching it in replay, I think Michael Ryan is the one who actually was pulling his jersey. So DJ Carey, this should be an easy one for him, or will he try and do a Michael Cleary in it? He's put it over. there's a goal in it once more.
Kilkenny are certainly battling hard. They're well there with a chance there, but if they can get a goal, I think they'll need it at this stage if they're to win, because they're just finding it hard to get possession, and Tipperary look dangerous when they break down the field. But it's really building up to it, what could be a fantastic finish.
Ken Hogan bucking it across towards Richie Power. Aidan Ryan in the clear, stealing forward against Liam Welch, and a very fine point, simply executed. A second point in the game for Aidan Ryan, straight from the puck out, judged it beautifully, ran into the clear, and did what every player at this level should be able to do. Christy Heffernan, I can tell you, has switched in full forward now, and Eamon Morrissey is the one who's come out onto the 40. Nicky English with another fine catch against Bill Hennessy. Played down, Conor Stakelum is operating at full forward against John Henderson. Neat dispossession, Henderson having to go back and nurse it out over the end line, and in the end he's happy to avail of the puck out. Well, a wily campaigner, John Henderson. Despite the questions that were asked about his current form and state of fitness before this match, he hasn't conceded a point in this game to either man who's been on him. Michael Cleary. Liam Simpson does well to get back. Cleary once again. Followed it up courageously. Shows his turn of pace now. But he's robbed splendidly by Liam Simpson. Up towards Michael Phelan. Showing too much of it to Declan Ryan. And Ryan has put it over the bar. An unerring finish from Declan Ryan. A first point in the game for him. But what a point.
I think that's the difference between teams today, Ger. Tipperary can seem to snap up their chances relatively easy. Where Kilkenny have to work so hard and fight hard to get everything.
What a great steal this was originally. That's Pat Fox whipping it across between Conor Stakelum and Nicky English, and Nicky English has pulled up. It's Conor Stakelum. Well, it was noticeable as that ball was going wide, and as they were running across for it, Conor Stakelum got onto the ball because Nicky English, having made a run across for it, and he's gone down now. He's pulled up initially, and now he's gone down. And Willie Horgan just noting that Nicky English is about to be replaced, and it's Donny O'Connell who's coming in. Donny O'Connell gets the chance to come in, not Joe Hayes. Donny can of course play in the full forward line, and maybe that has swung it in his favour. So Tip now have lost two of their highly influential full forward line, Cormac Bonner and Nicky English. Declan Carr trying to dispossess John Parr, but to force the Kilkenny man into the error. In the end he concedes the free. A look of disbelief in his face. What did I do? So they wait inside, and you wonder now whether DJ Carey, from a very long distance out, right on the sideline, will opt to lob this one in. Christy Heffernan might make the catch. John Power's in there, lurking as well. Liam Connolly and Eamon Morrissey. It's gone in, gone over, and it's a point. From a huge distance out, DJ Carey gets yet another point from a free. Ken Hogan. Michael Phelan making a great catch in the middle of the field. He's had a good game. Up towards Lester Ryan, been marked by Conal Bonner. Runs on to John Lahey, stopped again by Michael Phelan. Defiantly forward. The supply now in towards the inside forward line. Liam Fennelly running onto it. Fennelly there against Michael Ryan, and Ken Hogan has the opportunity to come out, do his goalkeeping and make his clearance over the head of John Lahey. Richie Power waiting for it, knew that Eamon Morrissey was well positioned to get onto the loose ball. Liam Welch again putting it in towards Christy Heffernan. Breaks down, picked up by Fennelly, needing a goal badly. Stopped, runs loose, and in the end it's Colin Bonner right on his own Glen line. So near and yet so far for Kilkenny.
Well, I was just saying, you generally get one good chance of a goal here. Liam Fennelly doesn't hit the ball that well, and Ken Hogan doesn't gather it cleanly, and DJ Carey just runs on the wrong side of the ball. It goes agonisingly wide of him. It was certainly a great chance of a goal for Kilkenny there.
We've got a sideline ball. A minute and a half on my watch to go, plus any time that the referee may add on for injuries. Bobby Ryan to break it up from the middle of his own half-back line. Tipped by a goal, remember. Declan Carr booting it out. Is he to take possession of the McCarthy Cup shortly? Conor Stakelum. Up it goes to Tony O'Connell. O'Connell against Liam Welch. Whipped forward by Pat Dwyer. Now Declan Ryan to the other Declan. Declan Carr. Conor Stakelum trying to make inroads there against Bill Hennessy in the dying seconds of a memorable final. Across towards Aidan Ryan. The loose ball picked up, however, by Liam Simpson. Knocked well out into the centre of the field to Lester Ryan. Looked up quickly to see what was on. Spotted that DJ Carey made a round across from left to right against Paul Delaney. Is this to be it for Kilkenny? They need a goal badly. DJ Carey inside to Connolly. The shot, and it's gone wide. It's gone wide. Agonisingly wide of the right-hand post for Liam Fennelly. So Tip, their hearts must have stopped a few times there. Continue to lead. Conor Stakelum again, looking for another score. Time almost up. Just to put a bit more daylight between the two teams. Stakelum stopped by Liam Welch. Still a few seconds to be added on. Liam Welch robbed. Pat Fox, that may seal it now. Magnificently put over the bar by Pat Fox. His 5th point of the day, and that may be, as they say, the insurance point for Tip. At the other end, we're in injury time. Liam Fennelly raids. Still Fennelly looking for a goal. Stopped by Conal Bonner. Michael Ryan watches it come off his chest. Picks it up well. A good relieving clearance. The referee still playing a couple of seconds. Out towards Michael Cleary. Over there with Michael Phelan. Declan Carr blocked down. A sideline ball, the outcome. What a thrilling finale.
Great score there by Fox, Gerald. He was the one you'd want to get the ball at that stage when it was all happening, and he doesn't miss at such a vital stage. What a tremendous score, and he's rounded off a great afternoon again for himself, I think.
It looks like being Tipperary. Colin Bonner. Remember, they went into this with both sides having won 23 All-Ireland crowns. There was great rivalry, great intensity. It's not over yet. Phelan going forward has been fouled. It'll be a free in to Kilkenny, and surely they will lob this one in around the house. DJ Carey, curiously, has stayed in on the fringe of the small square. Somebody else is going to have to take the free. Adrian Ronan will be the one. They lob it in towards Christie. Swung the stick onto it. Bobby Ryan, and it's Eamon Morrissey going forward. Morrissey trying to kick it in somehow. Any route to goal will do, just to try and get inside. Morrissey, is he barging? Yes, and it's going to be a free out. It's going to be a free out to Tipperary, and Tipperary's goalkeeper Ken Hogan ready to dance a jig of joy up on the canal end. The Tipperary flags flying proudly, defiantly. They want to win back the McCarthy Cup against the great traditional power in Kilkenny. They lead by 4 points, and Declan Carr is advancing once more in injury time. Making good ground. It drops short. Michael Welch. It's all over, and Tipperary have won the All-Ireland. John Lahey celebrating. Richie Power disappointed. Tip got the vital break. A goal by Michael Cleary midway through the second half. And at the end, it finishes Tip winning by 4 points. Final score, Tipperary 116, Kilkenny 15 points.
Tá áthas mór an chun a bhuailliú ar captain inniu, our captain Tipperary Ireland, Declan Carr.
It's the moment that Tipperary have waited for, have planned for, and now have worked for. Declan Carr accepts the Liam McCarthy Cup. It goes back to the Premier County. Tipperary, the premier team in hurling this year.